You know what I don't get? I don't get hypocrisy. I don't get why human beings, especially people in power, commissioners of sports leagues like baseball, and by the way, welcome back to MLB Weekly, presented by yours truly, B-Man, is mad. Make sure you like, make sure you dislike, listen to this whole podcast first before you make a decision. Leave a comment and share if you like. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe for those of you who are new. But I don't get why people in power are hypocrites, and why even smaller people like me are hypocrites. Why are human beings contradict themselves? Why are we hypocrites? Is it human nature? But the most annoying hypocrite is the people in organizations, and I hate to say organizations because you never hear me complain about organizations unless it's ESPN because of their love for Ohio State, Michigan. I'm talking about the hypocrisy of corporations and organizations such as MLB and ESPN and these billionaires and millionaires that we all seem to hate. But now we love them. Why? Because they followed the woke narrative. They moved the All-Star Game from Atlanta, Georgia, which is the big story in the MLB, to Denver, Colorado. And if you look at Denver's voting laws, Colorado's voting laws, they're actually a little bit more strict in ways, and they're actually very, very, very similar to the laws in Georgia. But unfortunately, they probably didn't look at that because they only followed where the money went. Now, these same people, billionaires and organizations and corporations who say they care about for the small people, they care about the smaller communities, and they care about the fans are absolutely, completely full of shit. Because Atlanta, Georgia, and the city with a big population of minorities is going to be left out with $130 million, probably more, of revenue because of the woke MLB corporation organization moving the All-Star Game to Denver, Colorado, which is predominantly white. But hey, what do I know? I am a 9-to-5er, paycheck to paycheck guy. What do I know? Now, the thing that really gets me is the commissioner of baseball, Rob Manfred, has a membership to where the Masters is played at in Augusta, which, by the way, is in the state of Georgia. Now, when someone like that decides to move an All-Star Game and has a membership to one of the most beautiful golf courses in the world and one of the most famous golf tournaments in the world, the Masters, which was this past weekend, but says that Georgia is a terrible state, but he won't revoke his membership. These are the people in power, folks. These are the people that say they care about you, and they don't. And then you've got ESPN. And you know how I feel about ESPN. And ESPN, you know, I don't like their love affair for Michigan and Ohio State. That is during the college football time. But ESPN are just as big as hypocrites as MLB. ESPN, you know, they had these writers up there, they had these anchors up there talking about how much of a great decision this was. But guess what, folks? They talked about the Masters all week. And of course, the Masters is played in Georgia, how beautiful the golf course is, nothing about the Georgia voting laws. And also, what was the Sunday night baseball game this past Sunday, a couple nights ago? It was in Georgia, played in Atlanta, where the original All-Star Game was supposed to be played. And was anything said other than voting laws? I'm sure it was. But they played the game because they made their money. And they probably got low views because ESPN has low views. And you know what? You want to know what is saving ESPN right now? And if it wasn't for this one sport, ESPN would be in the shitter. No, it's not the WNBA, unfortunately. It is college football. If ESPN lost college football, ESPN would go bonkers. They'd go down to the bottom and they would be no more. So, ESPN, Ron Manfred, you aren't my F5 of the week because you are hypocrites, and I cannot stand hypocrisy, and I cannot stand when people in power are hypocrites. And small people like us are hypocrites because we always talk about how terrible organizations are, and how terrible how corporations are, and how terrible how CEOs are. But most of these people who say that and post it on social media say it from an iPhone. Hello, an iPhone comes from a corporation ran by billionaires and millionaires, and guess what they're called? Apple. So we are all hypocrites. We're all divided right now. And you know what? It's affecting sports. Sports is supposed to be the one thing that we're supposed to get away from and bring us together. We saw a great NCAA college basketball tournament that kind of brought me together with everyone in sports. But no, Rob Memphis, the biggest hypocrite right now in sports, had to pull the All-Star game out of Georgia instead of doing it other ways. Now he's costing Atlanta, with a big population of minorities, $130 million, who do not have income coming in that week of the All-Star game. And the entertainment district of Atlanta is going to suffer after they've been suffering and after the country's been suffering because of the pandemic. Way to go, Rob Memphis. Way to go, MLB. Way to go to following your wokeness and following where the money goes to the state of Denver, which is predominantly white. Folks, that is it pretty much for today. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think.